Wow. Now you guys got to see the backstage, huh? Okay, we are back here. ah. Hi, everyone. This is your Gong right here. Hi, everyone. And also, for all of you watching this on YouTube, welcome to the Teenage Dragons YouTube channel. This is your seafood right here. Okay. Enough of that. So, today we are in April. Wow. Now, you see my nice school art. Okay, so let's begin. We are a little bit early today. So we can do more questions. So let's get going, everyone. Boom. Da-da-da-da.
Okay, first question says, Sugong, could you talk a little bit about the Guanyin cultivation in the lineage? Can a person start this without an altar?
Kunyam. Cultivation. Where do you get that from? I am assuming that you might have got this from my other older videos on YouTube or something, but I never talk about that online. So anyway, talking about a gunyam, okay? Well, gunyam is actually one of the deity in our lineage, and it's not like it's not like what Buddhists have a gunyam. TV show also have a gunyam, right? It's not the same thing. So what is our gunyam, like what is it about? Our gunyam, okay, it's about helping you, like its power is to help you get ideas and let you be able to see things properly and find the right resources to think properly. The best example of the gunyam is like this. When you are out of ideas, you have something in the house broken, or let's say you want to, let's talk about the house broken first. Like you have broken pipe, okay? So you look at the pipe and it's leaking and you're kind of like hopeless. You don't know what to do. Like maybe you're like me. You don't even know how to fix the pipe, okay? Wow. So what do you do, right? Then you will have to watch the wind or the energy. What that means is you go around and find similar things that will blow that way, okay, that will like give you the push that way. It could be directly like, oh, I'm watching some YouTube, some plumber making YouTube video showing me how to fix the pipe. But sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's something that allows you to watch and then motivate you to do that. So a good example is when you're a kid, okay, you might be doing bad in school and discourage, like you just discourage yourself because, I fail a test and I don't feel good. Well, obviously what you need is maybe a tutor, or you have to watch the related video that actually brings you to the subject or the knowledge that you need. But then that doesn't work. You need the gunyam method, which is you have to watch or absorb the light, okay? Watch things that are related and can bring you there. So the kid might, now he is discouraged. What he needs is actually the courage. So he might watch some like superhero kind of thing, like some kind of movie or film that makes him feel that the world is not like over yet. Like there's hope. So there are movies that actually motivate you to feel that way. For example, I don't know if you watch those like old kung fu movies, like Jackie Chan and stuff. So their old movies have this kind of style. It's like always starting with, an ordinary person, and he is like maybe that person is very weak, or maybe he's born very weak, or he has some weakness or something like that, and he always got bullied, and then he got pinned down to the bottom, and everything he do he failed, and then eventually somehow he met this like special guy, the kung fu master, and the kung fu master look at him and see the value inside, so he taught him some good stuff, and then eventually he becomes some kind of like super powerful kung fu star. Okay? So, and then he beat the past enemy that he had, and wow, like from then on you see, whoa, he become totally different now, and that kind of vibe, it gives you the motivation. When you look at it, you kind of feel, oh, I might be like that one day or something like that. So it just makes you feel different, right? The gunyam is like that. It makes you feel different. And then when you have watched the right thing, it brings you to the next step, which you'll be like, okay, now I feel better. Okay, let's go study now. Now when you study, you have the mood to study, then you can keep going, right? If you don't have the mood, how can you start studying, right? So gunyam is actually very important, especially when people are going through heart devil. They need gunyam's help. Heart devils are like, it's like some obstacles in your mind that actually make you go crazy and think of like weird shit that doesn't even happen. So sometimes you have heart devils, such as thinking yourself is useless, yourself is like doomed, like even I do whatever shit is not gonna really bring me to success anyway. My life is over. My life is like set in this shitty path, and I'm not gonna do anything better. That's the heart devil, because everyone has the opportunity to do better and get their life to improve and keep improving as long as you keep trying. And yes, keep trying doesn't mean you're a success, but at least it's not like you're doomed. You have the right to keep trying and finding the right solution, the right method in order to success. So it's not like you're like this now and you're doomed, or like, yeah, I live in this country, my whole life is like locked here. No, you can move. One day maybe you move to another country. Who knows? So that is the gunyam kind of thing. Is like you have to watch something that is related to what you're missing or what you lack right now. And well, the gunyam deity, its power is really like that. So what happened when you ask gunyam for help? Well, let's say you have some heart devils, or you have some kind of obstacle inside your mind that you cannot go through. When you ask the gunyam for help or use her magic, well, what that does usually is it brings you that light, that pre-heaven power, that light, and it makes you able to see things properly and actually tune your mind to a different state so that you can like see things differently. In short, it's like kind of like it opens up your wisdom, your vision, so that you don't see things like a frog in a well, And to get her help, well, first of all, you need her around. It's like, you want my help, you need to be able to talk to me, right? So if you don't have an altar, well, how can you reach her, right? Usually you have your statue, and then you cultivate the statue, then you can talk to the gunyam right there locally. Now, if you really cannot have the statue yet, another way is to have a temporary seat. Okay, you can say seat, but basically it's like a piece of paper. Okay, and you write some stuff on it which represent, her, and you put it at home where you usually do your cultivation, and then every day you go and chant her spell to channel in that power from the celestial court. And of course, if you're in Sanum stage, that is going to be much better. So you can connect to the celestial court much better with the third heart spell. Okay, so you want to beam over the signal, have her power channel down when you need it, and then you're going to do some kind of cultivation in front of that seat, such as you put a cup of water there, and then you draw her food into the water, and then you do the spell, and you ask her for help for something, and afterward you can drink the food or drink the water, and that allows the power to go into you and change you. Okay, so what I mean by change is like the power goes into you and like it kicks in. Okay, so it starts doing stuff to you. So basically, yes, you can cultivate that thing without power, but I mean without the altar, but you still need to learn the spell or make something to like at least temporary represent that is her seat. Okay, so you need like something there, and you can't just like have nothing. But anyway, if you're interested, you can ask more online, and we'll teach you the actual method. Okay, next question. 下一個問題。哇！
好，師公吉祥。有一啲普通人唔識法術嘅，如果佢要去化寶嘅話，咁佢啲先人收唔收得到咧？咁中間會唔會話啲咩問題咧
OK，如果你化寶俾先人嘅咧，就要睇下第一個個先人都唔一樣噶嘛，係咪？有啲先人咧就已經係即係死咗，跟住佢咧就俾邪神擔走咗噶啦。有啲先人咧就冇事嘅，但係佢咧就周圍遊蕩嘅咁樣。咁第一就睇下你先人本身佢自己嘅狀態啦，佢喺邊啦，係咪？第二就係你化寶點化先，係咪？即係你話咁，如果我化寶，咁你點化？我點知你點化咧？係咪？咁如果你化寶嘅方法唔啱，咁咪收唔到咯。咁如果你嘅方法係即係撞中嘅啦，當你係撞中咗做啱咗啦，咁收到機會係有機會佢會知道你化緊嘢俾佢，但係咁咧就即係機會係唔係好大？點解咁講咧？因為你化寶啫。附近就唔代表冇其他靈喺度搶你嘢噶嘛，咁所以其實你化寶你又冇法力去護住你化寶嗰個地方就算真係俾你撞啱個方法，你附近或者中間有其他嘅靈喺度搶咗嗰啲嘢嘅話，你都係於事無補嘅。所以咧，化寶唔係一個普通人可以做嘅嘢嚟嘅，所以普通人都可以做，但係咁冇呢個效果，或者可能會惹嚟好多話，即係你燒俾你阿爺啊咁樣，跟住隔離啲靈就我係你阿爺，你而家化俾我啦，係咪？佢認咗做你阿爺啊嘛，咁立晒你啲嘢走咯，係咪？咁即係呢一個係絕對係超大機會發生嘅事，咁所以咧。好啦，你化第一次冇嘢嘅，化第二次冇嘢嘅。我好中意化寶啊，我成日都化嘅。OK，咁嗰啲人咧就會搶上癮，咁佢哋咧就變咗真係做咗你阿爺啦。隔離嗰班靈喺度即係當係你阿爺啦。咁跟住咧你唔化咯，有一就發覺，我都係唔化啦，呢啲嘢好似冇乜謂咁樣。好啦，你唔化寶咯，佢哋發爛渣啦。點解啊？你做咩唔化寶啊？我收咗咁多年，你而家唔收，你而家同我講話唔玩咁樣。咁佢哋就會發爛渣啦，發爛渣會點咧？咁咪對你即係糟質你咯，令到你覺得你做嘅你呢個選擇係錯嘅。OK， 睇下你唔化寶幾黑啊，即刻撞車，去搞你噶嘛，人哋會係咪？所以咧，我奉勸一句就係：你冇法術你就唔好搞呢啲嘢嘛嚇。你諗住要接觸呢啲鬼神嘅嘢，你就認認真真去學，就唔好好似即係呢度睇啲嗰度睇啲就自己模仿。所有嘢都係咁噶，其實講真，即係你唔好話好似我講到話，哎呀你好絕喎咁樣講，普通人聽完好硬啊，係啊好硬噶啦，唔得啊！咁講真，你睇住人哋揸車人哋嗰啲人揸車咧要考車牌啦，又要學啦，咁賽車手更加要學得多嘢啦，係咪？咁跟住你咧睇完你頭文字 D 咁，跟住你就我又要學啊，跟住自己揸住自己架車咧就周圍咁樣片咁樣。喂，你唔識嗰啲嘢噶嘛？你又冇人教喎，你又冇人睇住喎，你自己亂咁嚟咁，你咪遲早就真係一命呼呼咯，係咪？所以咧你唔識就唔好亂嚟啊嘛。你睇人哋煮飯都係㗎，嗰啲人咧拋鑊賺酒跟住跟住啲哇啲好多火啊咁樣，好似好過癮啊！你自己喺屋企試下啦，你真係成間屋唔見咗㗎啦，係咪？咁呢啲嘢就係你冇專人輔導，你就唔好亂做啊嘛。化寶亦都係一啲咁嘅嘢，所以其實講真，好多人咧即係好似貪過癮啊，人做佢又做走去化寶，其實係有副作用嘅。但係個副作用，你知唔知嗰啲係由化寶嗰度嚟嘅咧？定係你覺得我呢排即係可能咁講，天氣變啫，所以我咪病咯。其實你係俾人搞到病，你自己唔覺啫嘛，你唔知啫嘛，係咪？咁你係賴咗落第啲嘢度。咦？忽然間你有個咩癌喎，子宮癌喎，忽然間你有呢個咩問題喎？點解咁嘅？唔知啊，求其啦。醫生話我壓力大啊， 醫生話你壓力大，你就信係咪？分分鐘你係撞邪啊，跟住搞到你有嗰啲癌喎嚇。我見過啲人撞邪咧，就會即係有嗰啲女性嗰啲咩尿道癌定乜鬼嘢。咁啊，你有咗嗰啲嘢，你就覺得個醫生講啊，好似好有道理啊！你壓力大啫，你反工乜乜啫？喂，咁啊，其實你真係賴嘢係做咗呢啲嘢，惹咗啲邪賴嘢，冇人話俾你聽噶嘛。睇醫生唔通同你講，你點解感冒啊？因為你撞鬼咯咁樣。點解你頭痛啊？因為有邪咁樣。佢唔會咁講嘢噶嘛，係咪？咁啊，佢唔會話俾你聽嘅。但係咁問題係，你真係因為嗰啲嘢而有事嘅，咁啊冇人話俾你聽。而家我話俾你聽咯，係好難相信嘅有陣時啲嘢，因為你睇唔到佢啊嘛。但係咁你諗下，即係好似新冠肺炎，你都睇唔到噶啦，你死咗喎。咁人哋話俾你聽噶嘛，話俾你聽你又信嗱，你睇下睇係咪？西醫話俾你聽，你又信啊！我話俾你聽，你又唔信，你真係咁樣講啊？係咪？咁啊，你要明白啊！好多嘢就好似肺炎嗰啲咁樣，睇唔到噶嘛，傳染黑咁，跟住就傳染咗啦。你睇唔到啊？點嚟㗎？唔知啊！個醫生都睇唔到點嚟嘅，係咪？咁你有邪都係一樣，你自己舐咗嘢啊！我同你講，我哋舐嘢喎，有邪喎，我睇唔到喎，咪好似肺炎咁咯，真係死得人㗎。OK，所以咧。化寶呢啲嘢咧，真係普通人唔好亂做啊！要做咧就要諮詢專業人士啦。OK，next question，one more question 啊。
Okay, next question here says, I would like to know the idea of fate and how it is involved in Taoist thought. What is fate and how should we see this and deal with this idea?
Okay, fate in Chinese is 命運。Okay, 命運. And what that is about is basically what you have in your 元神 that comes down to you and become your soul, which becomes your thought. In short, the cycle go like this. Okay? First, you have your 元神. Okay? 元神 is your spiritual planetary body. We'll talk more about that. And then it flows down, okay, to your soul, okay? And your soul goes into your body, and your body can take action, okay? So, when this thing comes down, here there's a little step, which is the heart. It goes into your heart first, and then it turns into your soul. So it always goes from here, okay, to here, which generate feeling, okay, and then the soul generates thinking, and then here, action, okay, and because of your action, you see, you listen, and you absorb the result. It goes back into the heart and into the Yunsan again as memory. So your memory goes back and create a new feeling. Feeling create the new thinking. Thinking create the new action. And so on. And action creates memory. Right? It just cycle between these things. Fate is basically talking about the roots of what you have in the Yunsan that goes all the way to here, leading to what in the future. That's what it is about. Okay? So you can change your fate as well by acting differently. Let's say, right now at this moment, okay, let's say your fate is you can become a chef. Well, you can keep going this way and you will eventually land on this job being a chef. But you can also take action differently. Say, I don't want it. I am not going to do anything related to chef. Then, you choose to not do that, you not follow that, then your fate is going to be changing. So basically, fate can be set, but it can also be changed by you right here. You decide, do you want to take it or not? Now, what is your Yunsan? Well, in short, your Yunsan is born with you, and it is there before your body is even born. So when your mom and dad, they have sex, and then the mom get pregnant, well, after 1 month of the pregnancy, this Yunsan is already started. And Yunsan is in the pre-heaven. You can't see it. But it's just like your spiritual planetary body. And it holds stuff from your past life as well. It's like your memory and all that good stuff from your past life. And so everything you have in the Yun San, right? It's between your parents, your past life, and then whatever you accumulate this life. Now, when you're born, your Yun San is set with a certain amount of stuff, and it leads you to a certain pathway in general. But as you grow up, you can take action differently to go against it, to stop it, or you can go with it, the flow, and keep going what your Yun San tells you to do. So fate is what the Yun San tells you to do. It can be changed, it can be accepted. So that's what fate is. Now, once you are a Taoist, Yun San is being replaced by the Tao. Like, not your Yun San is gone, but there's a Tao above it that is higher. So you're going to listen to the Tao, like what the Tao decided for you. That's the fate. So you will follow the Tao, and instead of following your Yun San. So instead of like trying to like take action to decide on things yourself, you should let your Sifu help you and guide you by leading you to where the Tao will lead you to. Because the Tao lead you to this fate, and the ending is always moving you from here to the next destination after you die, which is to Dai Lo Tin. So, which is where you want to go. If you don't want to accept that faith, there's no point of continuing learning Taoism, because basically it's like, I don't want to go to this destination. No, then why are you here, right? You should not be here if you don't want to go there. So basically that's what faith is. Okay, so we are done with the first batch of questions. We'll come back to the question later on. So today we want to teach something very practical, and we have 6 phrases that are actually spelled. Okay, these 6 phrases are actually spelled. Remember, these spells will work for anyone who are part of the Tao. Okay? Anyone. Meaning that if you're a believer, you are Tinyat stage disciple, it will work. Okay? If you don't join, like don't get initiated, you're outside, you're not part of the Tao yet, so that will not work. Okay? Make sure you know. 1. 無量天尊. Okay? 無量天尊. What is 無量天尊? Okay, when we say 無量天尊, put the palm together and then bow 無量天尊while you close your eyes. 無量天尊. What does it mean? 無量天尊, infinite amount of deities. Well, when you say this spell, you're asking the gods, the deities, to witness what you're doing afterward. So I'm going to start the school session. So I come in, the first thing I do before you even started, I will go, 無量天尊. All the gods watching now. And then I say, hi everyone. Now we're going to begin the session, right? Now all the gods are watching. They're witnessing. Well, why do you want that to happen? Well, if you're a kid, okay, before you draw something, not drawing, maybe let's say cooking. You're a kid and you want to cook. You go to the kitchen and you start cooking. What if you like set something on fire? Or what if you cut yourself? No one's there to help you. But if you start cooking, you go into the kitchen and you say, Mom, I'm going to cook now, Mom. And your mom is going to be like, okay, cook lah. And then you start cooking. And then you go, Aya! Ah! I cut my hand. Your mom is gonna, you cut your hand. Here's the bandage. Let me help you. You know, like that. Immediately you get help already, right? Anything that happened that goes whoops, your mom is there. The same idea with Mo Leung Tin Jun. Okay, now I'm gonna cultivate Mo Leung Tin Jun. Let's do the cultivation. Sit down and do whatever thing. Suddenly, some evil crap come and want to like disturb you. All the gods are watching. They're like, hey, what the hell are you doing? Huh? Boom, boom. And then evil busted, you know, right away. Or if you're driving, okay? You're driving. And then, oh shit, something bang, boom, yeah. Car accident, right? If you did your Mo Leung Tin Jun, you're like, almost. And then the God power kick in and they go, oops. Wow. Nothing happened. Right? Oh, holy cow. Glad I didn't bang into it. That's when you want to say Mo Leung Tin Jun. So make sure every time you want to do something, you want to say, Mom, you know, you want to do Mo Leung Tin Jun. Now, if you talk to someone, let's say you and an other one in the lineage, you guys meet up, one of you say Mo Leung Tin Jun, and then hi, you know, and you start talking. Well, if the other guy say Mo Leung Tin Jun first, you better be careful because it means that whatever you say now, the gods are watching. It also means, hey, you watch your mouth, right? Stuff that is not good to say. You don't want mommy to hear you saying bad words, right? You're not gonna say that, so you're gonna like watch your mouth. So make sure you know, right? Mo Leung Tin Jun, the gods are watching. It's good, but you also need to be careful of what you're saying. Okay. So, number 2. Number 2. Phúc Sân Mô Lượng Đại Thiên Jun. Okay, Phúc Sân Mô Lượng Đại Thiên Jun. Very simple. Very alike, huh? Okay. Phúc Sân Mô Lượng Đại Thiên Jun. This is the equivalent to saying like, oh, God bless you, okay? What you're doing is, this is a spell. It's not just a phrase, it's a spell. When you say the spell, you're asking all the gods and deities who are paying attention to bless. What does blessing do? Blessings actually do something. It's like, okay, I am done talking about a project and I say, you guys, go and do your thing, right? And then I end it saying, Phúc Sân Mô Lượng Đại Thiên Jun, like that. When I say that, I'm asking the God, now these guys are going to do stuff. Please bless them. Bless is like the God are giving their power to go on top of you, to sprinkle their power on you. It will increase the fortune, the future potentials. It's kind of saying like you have 55% of success rate. Now you have 65. It doesn't mean you're a success. It means that you have a bigger chance. It's important because, well, like this. If we're talking about like a real life example, you are a teenager, let's say, okay? Well, yeah, teenager. You're going to a competition. And, well, let's say you're doing let's do something a bit common, okay? You're going to a ball game, soccer, basketball, something like that, okay? Well, you're going to go based on your condition, your skills, and such like that. You are going to get, let's say, if we put a number to your performance, okay, it will be like, you'll be getting like 80. Wow, that's pretty good at 80 out of 100, right? 80. Now, before you go out, your parents or your loved one just give you some good words that make you feel very sweet, very good, very supportive, your heart instantly is like, oh, I feel so good today. Totally. Like, this is really good. I feel I'm going to do well. From 80, you're boosted to 85. And then you got another relative giving you some cheers, support, and then you see some other people supporting you. Now you're at 90. It doesn't mean you're 100 yet, but you're higher than what you're supposed to be. Right? That also can reflect on the total score because of that little jump. Your score can be like 1 point more. That 1 point more can equals the final victory. The 1 point more can mean you win and they lose. We have a lineage game right here. Everyone in the upper level, we play this game together. I think a lot of people should know that's Clash of Clans. They play like a war game. So we like fight each other's and fight the other clans, and then we go into clan wars. So it's like a bunch of us fighting a bunch of other people. And you can't be just like good yourself and then, win the whole war. It's not about a hero. It's about a teamwork. If our team is good together, sometimes it's just really like that 1 star different. Like they have 30 stars. We have 31. We win. Okay? It's just that 1 star. Now, that 1 star could be achieved by what? It could be like a slip of your finger because you just point the wrong spot and then you deploy something wrongly, just missing that 2% damage, like that. And then you will lose. So if someone is giving you blessing, it means that you are getting that extra 1 or 2% or extra 1 or 2 star, and that can lead you to victory. 福生無量大天尊, everyone. Now, wish you learn well. Next one. The next one is called 百無禁忌. 百無禁忌. Okay? 百無禁忌 is the spell 2. This one is kind of like the opposite of 無量天尊. 無量天尊, you want them to come and look at you, right? This one is to detach from everything. Okay? To detach everything. Also, what this means is, please don't look. Okay? It's like suddenly you want to do something you don't want the others to see you doing it. So it's like this. Your mom is there, your father is there, they're watching. And then you and your friend, want to get into a fight or something, and you're gonna swear and things like that. You don't want your mom and dad to look at you while you're doing it, right? So you will say 百無禁忌 to escape from that first, and then you do something. Or maybe like you're going to work. Your boss is there. There's something that you want to say to your colleagues, and you don't want the boss to listen to that yet because it's not appropriate to say. Then you're like, let me tell you this. Like that. That's 百無禁忌. You don't want the God to see you, then you say that first. So, yeah, if you are about to do something and you know that the gods are watching, or you feel that they might be watching, you don't want them to look at you while you do that, then you can say 百無禁忌. Okay, so 百無禁忌 is kind of like the opposite of the first one. Very simple, huh? Next one. 天尊慈悲. 天尊慈悲. This spell is used to ask for forgiveness from the gods. So let's say you're working on the altar at in the morning, and you just put up the tea, and then you're like cleaning here and there, and then prang, oops, the tea just got knocked over or something like that. Well, immediately you want to say sorry, right? That's what you say. 天尊慈悲. Let me fix it up. Like I don't mean it. Sorry, like that. Or let's say you are doing something. You're talking to me. Okay, let's say you're talking to me, and then you said something disrespectful. Well, like you say sorry to the person if you realize you're disrespectful, right? But you always start with 天尊慈悲. That means you're also showing me that you regret for saying such things. So you say 天尊慈悲. I should not say that. Well, yeah. You realize you did something wrong, you said something wrong, or you thought of something wrong. You can say 天尊慈悲 to ask for the forgiveness. Even your heart, inside your heart, when you have heart devils, it leads you to think of something disrespectful or offending the gods. You don't want that to be heard or felt by the god, not even 1%. So you say 天尊慈悲, to turn yourself in first and say, I'm sorry, I apologize for that thought. It's not supposed to be there. Well, when you say that, the God knows you're regretting for that, and, well, you'll be forgiven. If you don't say it, well, maybe the God heard it. It's going to accumulate over time, and eventually your file on the God side is going to be all scratched up, and that's not good. So make sure you say 天尊慈悲. Okay? If you suddenly sit down and you thought of yourself saying this and that or doing this and that, and it's like you have a whole mind of like bad stuff that you have been doing, saying, thinking about, then you can say 天尊慈悲 while thinking about that and ask for the forgiveness for everything that you have remembered you've done wrong or said wrong or think wrong. So it's a good way to actually confess to your God. Okay? 天尊慈悲. Okay. 5 and 6, we're going to kind of link them together. So 5 and 6. 5 is going to be positive. 6 is negative. Okay? Number 5, positive. 善哉. X2. 善哉, 善哉. Number 6, negative. Okay? Is 罪過. X2. 罪過, 罪過. Okay? So you have 善哉. And then you have 罪過. What does it mean, these two? Well, simply said, you are telling the God, okay, 善哉is like, this is good. Good stuff, good stuff. And 罪過 is like, no, the bad stuff. Pass it on, pass it on. I don't want this. By saying these two phrases often, you are allowing the God to know you like or you dislike. So whatever that comes to you, like you don't have to go and find things, but whatever that comes to you, you see, you listen, right? Anything, you like it or not like it, you can tell the God. For example, you see someone come and insult your religion. 天尊慈悲, 罪過, 罪過. You start like that. Why? Ask the God for forgiveness for this person. And then you say 罪過 to tell the God, that's not what I want. Pass it on. I don't want to meet anyone like that insulting my religion. When you say that, you got to understand, oh, you don't like this. Oh, good. You don't like people insulting your religion. Good. Good boy. You should be like that. Well, let's say you ask the God for help. Let's say you ask the God for help to find a job. And then tomorrow you got a job, right? Immediately you look at the notice, someone want to hire you. Oh, 善哉, 善哉, like 無量天尊, 善哉, 善哉. Tell the God to look, and then you get, oh, good stuff, good stuff. I got hired, like that. So when you say 善哉, you're telling the God, like a feedback, telling the God that, oh, I like it, I like it, I like it, like that. So you want to say that often to make sure your God know what you actually like or dislike. I asked the God for a meal, a good meal, right? The God might not know my taste, and then, well, it got something I really don't like to eat. I got a meal, but it's something that I don't want to eat. I look at the dishes and I can say 罪過,罪過. Right? But if you got something you really love to eat and like you want to express yourself and say, oh, 善哉, 善哉, like you want this again, huh? Oh, the God now knows you want this again. So you want this again, or you don't want it to happen again. That's basically what it is. So 善哉 and 罪過. Okay? Now see, we have all these things listed out. So many things. So go over it again. First one, 無量天尊. Okay? You asked all the God to witness. Take a look. Witness. Come and take a look. The next one, 福生無量大天尊. Ask the God for blessing. God bless you. Number 3, 百無禁忌. To disconnect. Don't look. Number 4, 天尊慈悲, meaning asking for forgiveness. Number 5 and 6 is 善哉 and 罪過. 善哉 is the good, 罪過 is the bad. So you have all these 6 things right here, and you should be applying these often in your daily life because they're very, very useful. Now, you have to understand, the gods are there, but they don't understand or don't know you because you have not been with them for long enough. So, in order for the God to know you, it's like saying you got a phone, and the phone has this powerful AI inside. It's like your Google Assistant or your whatever thing that talks back to you, well, they're powerful, but they don't understand you. So if you don't teach them, right, you don't tell them about what you like and don't like, then the things that they're going to show you is not going to be personalized. They're going to give you something like, that's what it is in general. When people say that, in general, that's what they want. It might not be what you want, right? When you say, oh, please give me a good meal. What is a good meal? Well, based on the average people in this area, the good meal equals this, so we're going to give you that. But if you say, oh, no, I don't like that stuff. I like something like something else. Well, when you say that, they understand you, then what comes to you will be more personalized, right? So you got to understand that gods are powerful, but they do not know you enough. It's up to you to build that relationship with them. And by talking to them, using these spells, you're allowing them to understand you better, while you also know how to tell them, what to take seriously and what to not. There are times where people wear the robes, like the Taoist robe, and then they go to the altar and get ready and, set up the table and all that, and they begin doing the ceremony later on. While their robes are on, they're not ready, like not really 100% ready and doing the ceremony yet. So they might be like, oh, shit, like you get into an argument with someone, or you say something very bad to someone. All that stuff is being recorded or being seen by the God because you're wearing the robe, right? So when you're wearing the robe, you don't want to do anything crazy. You don't want to act like, like you cannot even control your mouth. So you can say 百無禁忌 first to disconnect. And so your robe and everything is like put on a pause mode. So you're not going to be counted for whatever you're doing because you're like, excuse me, like that. And then you come back and say, 無量天尊, I'm ready now. And you start. That will make your ceremony much, much, much better. Because you're not letting the God record every single junk inside. So the whole log of your ceremony is going to be cleaner And of course, you're not going to offend the God that easily, right? Especially if you are having like a bunch of friends and they're not Taoists, and well, they might be seeing things that is like offending your God and bad for you and things like that. Well, you can always say "Jergo," and then the Tao will help you to detach away from these harmful friends as well. So remember, every day you should be able to find many, many ways to utilize the 6 things that we talked about. Okay? So, 福生無量大天尊. Hope you guys will learn well. Now, we are at the ending section, so we're going to get to the FAQ. So, let's get going. Do we have any questions?
Yes, we still have more questions. This one says, I would like to learn more about how to deal with distractions and how to stay focused on the Tao.
Stay focused on the Tao. That's a good question. Well, living a disciplined life is very important. Why? Because a different disciplined life style, meaning that you have a set routine to do, like how we do every day. You go to the altar in the morning, you change tea, burn incense, all that, and then at night you have something. Well, you build that cycle, right? So that cycle never change. So every day you're doing about the same thing, right? If you keep doing that same thing, you are actually on track. So one day you decided to skip like the morning or the evening or whatever, then you're off track. What you need to do is tomorrow go back to it and do it, then you're on track again. You see, you set a disciplined lifestyle to restrict yourself from going wild. And then you see if I'm on track or off track. If you're off track, you tune it back. Then you're focusing and you're doing well. Well, how to eliminate distraction? Very simple. You have to ask yourself, what is the purpose of you cultivating this Tao stuff? What are you aiming for? Well, for a lot of people, they're aiming for, like, I want to be able to like, live a life well, and then I'm going to die. I'm going to die well because I know where I'm going. I'm protected, and I have a place to go. That most of the people, in the upper level, they will have this answer. Because we all know what the spiritual side is. We all know how, the other world is like, and we have seen it. We deal with things there all the time, so we know that as real. We want to be able to die without being powerless, and we want to be like going somewhere that we know that is good for us. Well, okay, we have a goal, right? What is distraction? Distraction is anything that doesn't bring you to the goal. So all you need to do is ask yourself, whatever things, okay, is this going to get me there, or is it not going to get me there? Is it going to stop me from getting there? If it is doing harm, like stopping you from achieving your goal, that's what we call evil. Then you should like not do it. So there's a ruler in your heart. You use this ruler to judge whatever things is good or is bad for you to do. If you have that ruler, you will always know what to do is good. Now, of course, there's much more to it, and you will have to keep learning, and also you will have to keep asking questions in order to learn more about the details of how to actually fight and fight through the struggle. That will take some time, but the ultimate answer is, if you're unsure, ask. Talk to me directly. Don't just like, oh, I posted on school time, Like school, we have limited amount of time. So I can't really answer your stuff in details. But if you ask online, there are much more people around and much more time for us to plan and know how to guide you and teach you. Right? So bring up the situation online whenever you feel something is actually a distraction, then we can help you to get it like sorted out. Okay, next question. 下一個問題
中文問題。祖師神壇嘅香爐咧係金屬做嘅，咁地壇嗰個咧係瓦做嘅，咁上壇同下壇唔同，嗰個爐個材質唔同，咁有咩分別咧？
其實第一樣嘢咧就係冇分別，最緊要你有一個爐，有個嘢俾你裝住啲爐灰，可以插香就 OK 啦。OK，即係講真，你冇得揀嘅話，你拎個米碗，拎個紙皮箱，剪個嘢出嚟裝啲米插香，你都可以話咁樣係 work 嘅喎。你攞個罐頭啊，嗰啲飲湯嗰啲罐頭咧，金寶雞湯啊，洗乾淨佢裝啲米又可以插香嘅喎，係咪唔 work 咧？唔係啊，work 㗎。對方個神睇到你，佢係即係好似活生生咁噶嘛，睇到你噶嘛。你裝香係咩意思？就係話同人哋燃燒呢個時間啊，同人哋開始講嘢咁樣溝通，係咁多啦。咁人哋睇到明就得啦，係咪？咁呢個就最簡單嘅答案就係冇分別。咁啊，點解我哋要分即係瓦爐同埋金屬爐啊？即係如果你要硬即係話再問多啲就即係有冇一個更高嘅心法喺入邊啊？點解我哋特登要分呢？咁樣咁咧就可以用五行嚟揀，即係去解釋俾你聽啊。金屬嘅爐咧，即係五行屬金啦，係咪？咁咧就係聚集呢個法力入嚟嘅，聚集法力啊。咁啊聚氣聚法。呢個瓦爐咧就屬土，土咧就係咩咧？就係收同埋承受，即係話好似好簡單。呢個金屬嘅爐咧就係作法，或者要對方咧會發揮佢嘅威力出嚟。咁你聚咗個法力入嚟可以發揮出嚟嘅，咁啊金屬。如果淨係需要佢聽我講嘢嘅啫，或者去承受我啲嘢啫，咁就會用瓦爐。咁你話咩啊？又我記得好似問咩祖先啊嗰啲係應該用瓦爐定金屬爐啊？拜祖先嗰啲咁嘅嘢，咁啊兩樣都得㗎嚇。但係咁咧就即係如果你真係要話，我想特登有個意思嘅，咁你淨係想佢同你即係聽你講嘢嘅，咁啊用瓦爐咯嚇。咁即係呢個就係冇乜所謂，但係咁亦都可以加個意思俾佢啊咁樣。咁如果要加意思嘅話咧，就會用五行咁樣嘅意思嘅心法。OK，the next question.
Okay, next question says, I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about Feng Shui, what it really is and how does it work?
Okay. Well, Feng Shui, we talk about that in the monthly classes. Basically, it's about the pre-heaven energy going to the post-heaven here. And then it cycles here, and then it goes back to the pre-heaven. Imagine the pre-heaven is like a water tank. So every day the water tank flows out of the water to here, and then here cycles, and then the water goes back to the water tank, and then get recycled, and then they cycle back here. That's Feng Shui. So what is the pre-heaven? Well, pre-heaven is like if you and your family live in this house, then basically the pre-heaven will become, number one, station is it goes to one spot, which is what we call the Gasan, which is your family god, but basically this is like one station of your house pre-heaven side. And then it will split up and go to the different Yun San of the people living inside. And then, well, the Yun San will want to like give back things to the house as well and deliver to you. So that Yun San will also communicate back and give things back to Gasan, back to the house, and then to you. And, well, it influences you that way. So just like your Yun San flows to your soul, and then your soul to your body, same thing. But this is, Feng Shui is like, it work with not just you, it work with the whole world, it work with your house, right? It's a bigger scale. All that Feng Shui is about is the pre and post heaven world interacting with each other. How energy come and go, how energy affects you, and how you can understand and work with these energy flow and make use of it. So the details, they're in the classes. So if you join the classes, you should know, okay? Anyway, so we'll stop here for now. Next question.
Okay, I believe there are no more Chinese questions,
Okay.
but I'll go ahead and read another English question. So it says, I've heard some of the phrases that were just taught in Buddhism before. Is there a reason why some things are used in many religions?
Okay. Well, basically, it's like we can say good morning in English. You can say good morning in Chinese. You can also say like hi in English and hi in Chinese. So it's not like, oh, English people say good morning. We cannot use that, right? You cannot say that. So we are human. We express our thought through languages. So you can say the same thing in English. You can say the same thing in French. You can say the same thing in Japanese, right? So there's nothing such as this is very Buddhism, this is very Taoism, because it's just a language. Chinese, Hindu, Japanese, right? Whatever you use, it expresses the thoughts, the intention, the meaning. So we can all say like, good morning, please help me, the same message is there. It's just the language changes, right? Buddhism, the funny thing is the real Buddhism, like the original one, they use Hindu, the language, and not Chinese. But because it got like promoted or spread to the China, then there's like this what they call the Chinese Buddhism. Okay, the Chinese Buddhism uses Chinese because it needs to be spread to the Chinese. So you can't just use your own language and expect the Chinese to understand, right? So they converted a lot of things to the different language. Sorry. And, well, they will have English Buddhism right now. You try to explain the whole thing in English, right? So, yeah, it's not like it's very Buddhism. It's just Chinese, okay? And these words can be used by anyone. Any language can have similar meaning. Any religion can say similar things. It's like saying the God word, okay? Well, in Chinese we say sun. But when we say sun to the English-speaking people, they have no idea. So the similar word to them is God or deity, right? That's a similar word that let them understand, oh, like that's what you're trying to say, and that's something that is similar. You're trying to explain things in another language. So that's why. It's not about this is more Buddhism or this is more Taoism. It's not like that. The main point is communication, like what I said before. Communication, okay? So basically that's why. Now, next question. Do we have another question? We have 5 minutes.
OK，中文問題，壇嘅三清點解要同埋視線一樣咁高呢？咁其他神像嘅擺位有冇咩講究嘅呢？
好，咁啊，答你呢個問題啦。壇上嘅嘢呢，其實講真，個三清呢，你冇位，你擺個即係台面都冇問題嘅。點解要晾高呢？其實係壇嘅一種陣法。陣法呢，就係令到你嗰啲嘢擺呢係有意思嘅。點解我咁擺啊？咁啊，我有個意思。冇嘅得唔得呢？得，冇都 work 㗎，係咪？唔代表佢唔 work 嘅喎。即係我去第二度，我要開壇啦，我冇得揀，我台都冇點算啊？擺地下咯，擺地下會唔會唔好啊？冇計㗎咁啊！但係咁等唔等於唔 work 咧？唔會唔 work 㗎，一樣 work 嘅。OK，好啦，咁當你真係明白多啲陣法上嘅嘢，你要繼續解釋㗎嘛，有意思啊？點解個神像要喺呢一度啊？唔係喺呢一度咁樣？咁啊，因為咧嗰個神咧同你嘅尊卑嘅分別，神係高過人㗎嘛，係咪？咁你一個人喺呢一度，個神係咪應該高過你啊？咁如果你諗下，你將個神像擺到咁低，個肚度咁低，咁個神咪要望上嚟望你，你咪大過佢咯，係咪？咁啊尊卑上，咁變咗你係尊，佢係卑，所以咧通常咧神像咧即係主神咧就會高到去你個面或以上，咁佢望落嚟望住你。我哋嘅神牌就係高噶嘛，即係佢咁樣望，望到個神牌。 係咪？咁因為個神牌係你嘅尊啊嘛，或者你大過你，喺你上邊啊。咁啊，點解一定要高過你啊？咁樣好簡單，因為佢高過你啊，佢係喺你上邊。咁啊，水啊就由上向下流啊嘛，係咪？如果佢唔係你上司，佢就唔會出糧俾你啦咁樣。咁如果唔係個神喺你上邊，佢就唔會降發俾你啦，係咪？咁所以咧，我哋就分清呢個尊卑咧，就會話將個神像擺高，或者將個神牌擺高。高過你自己呢個頭呢個天機位，咁啊自然咧佢就係大嗰個，你就係細嗰個啦，啊，咁啊好明顯嘅，即係呢一個尊卑呢呢樣嘢啊，咁啊但係總之我就係講多一句，如果你個神像係真係開光咗嘅，如果你係真係有法力嘅，OK，你嗰啲嘢咧冇呢一個陣法冇話即係好似擺高啲擺低啲冇啊。都會 work 嘅，點解咧？因為佢係存在噶嘛，佢存在咁咪唔會唔 work 㗎，係咪？即係你話老細啊，就一定要坐呢個位喺正嗰張長台嘅中間嗰個就係老細位。咁你老細今日入嚟，佢選擇企喺度，係咪等於佢唔係老細啊？唔會噶嘛，你哋仍然會尊重佢，覺得佢係老細㗎。個老細忽然間話：我今日中意坐喺門口睇住你，你哋講啊！咁你會唔會覺得個老細忽然間唔係老細咧？佢坐喺門口喎，可能佢係僆嚟嘅。你會唔會咁諗啊？唔會噶嘛，係咪？老細係老細就係老細噶啦。嗰個係老細位，佢唔坐佢都係老細。坐咧，佢就擺明話俾你聽啊！我個位置而家比你高咁解。佢唔坐，佢企啊，佢踎喺度，佢都係老細。OK，所以你明白你個壇入邊咧嗰啲嘢咧，即係。執正嗰個法度係好，法度未正嘅唔代表佢唔好 ，OK？ 你明白呢樣嘢？好啦，咁啊，今日咧時間就差唔多啦，咁啊1分鐘我結尾啦。So we have finished answering the question and we only have 1 minute left, so we got to wrap up. So make sure you guys know, pay attention to our newsletter. So we have the 地羅祖師 anniversary coming up.And make sure you check out the website because there is a 地羅祖師 antivirus food. Okay, antivirus. That is a food that you put at home, you tape it on the wall, and you let the 地羅祖師 power guard your home and help you and bless you, your house, to reduce the chance of you being hit by sickness or by the COVID and things like that.So is it going to remove the COVID? No. Okay. But is it going to help? Yes. So like I said, there's always this 1% or 1 point difference that can make you sick or not sick, lose or win. So, well, when you come home, let's say this power is helping you to remove just that little bit. You could be, having a little bit of cough, but then that's it.Or you can be really affected and you're really screwed. Can you make it if you actually got infected? Can you make it and struggle and win the battle? Well, that also depends on that 1%, all right? So when you have this power at home, it's going to help you go through these hurdles. So check out the website for the antivirus food, okay? And basically for everyone else from the YouTube channel, make sure you check out TeenYetDragon.com, our website, if you want to learn the Taoist magic and Taoism stuff that we teach. Okay, go to here and join the lineage by going to the ordain or going to the free initiation, and you can join and start learning. So also pay attention to our website because we will be rolling out a magic book for our believers and people who come over, they can download it. So pay attention to that is coming soon. And basically that's it for this weekend. So we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining, everyone. And everyone from the Teen Dragons YouTube channel, remember to subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to press the like button. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye!